Give us any chance, we'll take it. Give us any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way.
I don't know that. I do know that this is episode 105 of Viva Physical Media.
105 still alive, making our dreams come true.
Sorry, I'm just so young.
Schlemiel,
I'm just such a little baby.
Hasenpfeffer Incorporated.
Welcome.
You and I are going to get jobs at the brewery. Come on.
Then you're going to leave their jobs and you're going to put your gloves on the...
Yeah, on the beer bottles.
Beer bottles and get out of there.
Sure, that sounds great.
It's quitting time.
We're going to ski-daddle.
Cool. I'm down.
Welcome to Viva Physical Media, episode 105.
Episode 105, if you can fucking believe it.
I know.
105. Insane.
Well on our way into the centennial years.
We don't have any new updates for the store besides the fact that we would love for you to become a member. If you're a member at the $100 level or above, you get an extra 2-for-1 day, and that is on Sunday. And don't worry if you don't live around our store, because we do rent by mail, and you can still rent anything in the store to an extent. You can't rent like super rare stuff or new releases
Or tapes.
But a lot of stuff that you can't get anywhere else, you can rent from us. So become part of the cool movement.
Save the date for parking lot sale, September 6th.
September 6th.
So many great deals.
Last year I was at the parking lot sale. I was so hungover, but you know how many tapes I sold? So many. And you know how many hot dogs I ate? Probably like 2.
Oh man, that's too many hot dogs.
It was really fun. And hopefully our parking lot will be like super brand new and gorgeous by then.
Because right now it's still under construction. So if you see the scaffolding when you come by the building, don't worry, we're still open.
Don't worry. We should get a picture of all of us on like a beam, like that old picture of those like New York skyscraper workers eating lunch on the beam.
Yeah. I want to get up there and catcall. I want to do some cat calls.
You want to do some cat calls?
Like, hey, sweetheart.
We'll get some women to consent to it first, and then we'll just let it. We'll just let it happen for you. We'll arrange this for you so that it's fine all around. It's like, dude, hi, ladies. My friend.
Hi.
Oh, he really wants to cat call, but we just want to make sure like you guys feel okay. He's gonna be up there. He really.
Are you okay? Are you okay with
fine with that? Thank you. Yeah.
May I refer to you as Jiggles?
If it all goes well, it'll make Matt's dreams come true.
Can I say, don't pretend you don't like it?
I got a big sub from one of those ones that like
from
KFC
Quiznos.
Deli. No, the ones that are at the grocery store that you buy, and they're like this big and they're cut into like chunks.
I think this is gonna work.
I think this is gonna be the best summer of my life. Anyways, come hang out with us, whether that's in the parking lot or in the store or on the internet. Let's get into 105.
Let's do it.
It's summertime, so I chose a movie that takes place on 4th of July weekend. That is the incredible Rollercoaster.
Oh.
Never seen this. It's been on my list for a really long time. This movie is from 1977, directed by James Goldstone. Timothy Bottoms is a mysterious solo terrorist who wants a lot of money.
Payment will be $1 million.
And the way that he wants this money is by targeting big, huge amusement parks and blowing up their roller coasters. And it's so sick.
You can tell your friends I'm about to give them another reminder of how vulnerable they are.
This movie premiered in something called Sense-Around, which is what we know today as 4DX, I'm pretty sure.
Kinda, but not really.
The main guy in this movie, besides Timothy Bottoms, is George Segal.
Siegel.
He's a safety inspector. He gets kind of favorited by this terrorist guy.
We can do without the testimonials.
Just don't underestimate him. He's rigged 2 accidents in 2 parks 2,000 miles apart in 1 week without leaving a trace. That means a working knowledge of structural engineering, demolition, and probably electronics. Not dealing with some nut with a bomb on a plane.
He's kind of catching on a little bit more than these amusement park moguls, and the terrorist guy is like, you understand that I'm smart, and I'm gonna, it's like one of those cat and mouse type things. So he's following this guy across the country to different amusement parks, which are real amusement parks. They filmed in Virginia.
King's Dominion, I believe.
Yes, and the Magic Mountain in California. on real rides as well, which is crazy. It's really cool. If you're into any of this, which I've spent so many I've spent so many nights on Wikipedia just looking at amusement park accidents and reading about them, which is a weird fascination of mine.
A goddamn psychopath.
It's an inspiring movie for you as a potential
Really.
amusement park saboteur.
Yes, definitely. But it's really intense, especially the first scene where we are introduced to kind of what's going on, where he has planted a bomb that's going to explode a rung of the roller coasters, and it keeps cutting back and forth between the people on the roller coaster having the time of their life, and the bomb, and then him, and then the bomb, and then them, and eventually it turns into a really brutal scene. The most brutal scene in the movie is like right away, and you see this roller coaster cart go off the rails. One of them literally flips over and you see them like crush the neck of all these guys sitting in it. Obviously they're like dummies or whatever, but it kind of
were dummies,
It
yeah.
kind of brings to mind Final Destination 3 and the roller coaster scene. It had to have been an influence. So a lot of really great suspense building scenes that kind of ebb and flow with the rise and fall of the roller coasters. At one point the bomber is in talks and he has the suitcase of money that he's supposed to give him, but he's making him go on like all the rides on the roller coaster, which I think is super hilarious kind of torture. And he's just like, fine, I'll go on this other ride. He's like sitting in like the teacup kind of ride and like going on the roller coaster. He's like, go to that little booth over there and get yourself a personalized hat with your name embroidered on it. Put it on, it's funny. And he's like, God, fine, I'll do it.
They're out of Bort license plates.
We need more Bort license plates.
It's a really good movie. The combination of the historical like roller coasters and these old amusement parks in the 70s, as well as this like cat and mouse, really intense thriller aspect of it, made for a really fun watch. It was definitely, it kept my attention. Also, what's funny in this movie is he's trying to quit smoking, but this whole terrorist thing is like really getting to him. So in between him trying to like figure this out, he's constantly like, oh, you gotta smoke, or he's like finding a pack of cigarettes, but something is always stopping him from smoking. It's like either the person he asked doesn't have one, or he finds a pack and it's empty, or he gets one in his mouth and it like breaks, or like through the whole entire movie, it's like this background kind of gag, which is really funny. It's also Helen Hunt's first movie ever.
Oh, shit.
Confucius say with faith, man can move mountains.
I thought Jesus said that.
Well, maybe he did, but according to that fortune cookie...
Which is yours, by the way.
Confucius said it, too.
Really? She plays his daughter, who's like a teen daughter who just like wants to go on the roller coasters, and I mean, she doesn't have much to do, but it is her first role. Definitely check out Rollercoaster. It's super fun. It's a great summertime flick, and I think you guys would really like it.
Your hair is different. You styling it?
No, it's, I use a hot comb.
Matt, what did you watch that you want to talk about?
You may remember a couple episodes back I rewatched Truck Turner, my favorite blaxploitation movie.
I do
This
remember.
inspired me to revisit one that I hadn't seen in a very long time, that I was curious to see how it held up and if my memory of it was sort of the same. And it's called Melinda. This one's kind of notable because it's like directed, written, and produced by black filmmakers, which was not, it happened, but it wasn't that frequent in the blaxploitation era. This was actually directed by a guy named, I believe his name is Hugh Robertson, and he like edited Midnight Cowboy, but he didn't really work on a ton of stuff. This stars Calvin Lockhart, the great Calvin Lockhart.
I hate to say this, but I am such a pretty motherfucker.
As a DJ named Frankie, and he is a very confident man.
After me, who remembers Aristotle?
As most DJs tend
he
to
is
be.
a ladies' man, and he also is a karate man.
I'm ever ready for some lightweight shit, so you better come with something heavy and packed with dynamite.
He practices karate. He studies under his friend played by Jim Kelly in his like movie debut.
International love and pride.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, his dojo is Jim Kelly's dojo. One night, Frankie meets a woman in a bar who says her name is Melinda, and she's played by Vanessa McGee.
Is there anything you haven't been or done?
I haven't made love to you.
Yes, you have. In your dreams.
And they have a sexy evening together. And Frankie doesn't normally, as he puts it, get too deep with women.
You can get burnt too quick.
Okay.
But he finds himself having real feelings for this lady, and she seems to be reciprocating that. He goes to work. He goes off, to do his karate man stuff, and then he goes to do his DJ set, comes home, And his place is trashed, and Melinda is dead. And the cops think he did it. He's got no one to rely on but his ex-lady friend, played by Rosalind Cash, his secretary, his friend Tank, and Jim Kelly, his karate master.
International love and pride.
Eventually, it turns out there's a whole conspiracy involving the mafia. There's a lot of sort of bleak LA private detective stuff going on in this kind of thing, but sort of transposed into a blaxploitation feature. There's a lot of really great sleazy stuff in, you know, downtown Los Angeles. So it looks really cool.
Love it.
There's a lot of fun actors. Vonetta McGee is, you know, one of the great black actresses of her time, and I really love seeing Rosalind Cash too. Calvin Lockhart's incredible. He's extremely cocky.
I produce, write, and direct my own material for both radio and television, with the chit-chat profundity of an angel, interspersed with the best music played on the FCC airways. And the FCC has got to check with me because I own the sky.
He's doing his whole shtick. It's really, really funny. I can't really quote most of the lines.
Yeah.
But they're really good. And there's a lot of good, like, Afro picks and karate kicks. Like, this does a very good job of being both a really interesting kind of out of the norm blaxploitation movie, but also sort of catering to the tropes and the cliches that we tend to associate with the genre now, and being notable for being, you know, produced by black filmmakers. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it has a really sticky, sleazy vibe. It's very funny. When the action happens, it's very like low budget, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of great music. I forget who made the music for this movie, but it's like some pretty famous jazz musicians did the score for this film. It's pretty cool. I was really surprised that it held up. A lot of times when you revisit these, you're like, oh, I was in love with the shock of it when I first saw it, and it didn't really hold up as well compared to some of the classics. And now that I've seen like 500 movies like this, I'm like, you know, this is definitely a standout. So if you're into blaxploitation at all, you definitely got to check out Melinda.
You have got to be Smith, and I'm gonna kick your ass. You're gonna tell me things you don't even know you knew.
Our dog movie this episode is a documentary called Life in the Doghouse.
What year was this from?
2018. Okay. And this was a great documentary.
It was really good.
And this was just a random ass one that I found just like around, you know.
Yeah, great job.
And I think we should incorporate a little more documentaries to our dog movies.
I agree.
This is great. But this is a story about this married couple, Danny and Ron, and their rescue, Danny and Ron's rescue, which I love when they were talking about the name.
I said, why don't you just do Danny and Ron's rescue? She said, everybody knows Danny and Ron in the horse business. Let's just do it simple.
Which I hated, but I couldn't think of anything else at the time.
I hear these other rescue names, and they're really cute, and they have all these puns, and we just heard Danny and Ron's rescue, but I guess that's fine.
Now that I've heard so many play on words with the you know, the paws and the claws and the snip and snap and the fairy tales, I'm sort of glad we just have our two names on it. Easy to remember.
They were initially, and they still do, train horses.
Yes.
And they started getting involved in dog rescue in 2005 for Hurricane Katrina.
We're in storm alert mode right now, as Katrina, one of the most powerful hurricanes we've seen in several decades, threatens the Gulf Coast. Two of the levees that held back Lake Pontchartrain have cracked.
80% of New Orleans is now underwater.
Our first instinct is we wanted to help people.
They were helping out humans, and then they saw all these dogs because you weren't allowed to take your dogs with you when you got rescued.
All of a sudden, you know, we started seeing pictures of the dogs.
It's been like this for weeks now. Dogs stranded in trees, dogs stranded on walls, pacing, surrounded by water, abandoned by their owners, alive or dead.
And so they took in dogs. They took in a shit ton of dogs. I have the numbers here somewhere.
We saved approximately 600 dogs from Hurricane Katrina.
Which is absolutely phenomenal, saintly work.
Doing the Lord's work.
And these guys are the cutest and the sweetest.
So nice.
I don't remember who is who. I think Danny's the super tall one. Danny is super tall and tan, and he met Ron, and Ron was a horseback rider because Danny trained the horses and Ron was a rider, and Danny was married, and then he came out kind of later in life, and Ron was his kind of confidant and best friend.
Hopefully we're not mixing up their names.
You guys, you got it all wrong.
Anyways, they fell in love and they turned their house into a rescue, basically.
Yep. I think we both feel like we've kind of lost our home because of the amount of dogs. Living in this type of environment, you know, there's many times we question ourselves what it would be like.
We see so much about that because, like, basically we find out, not only do we get all of this great stuff about how many pets in need, how many dogs in need that they have taken in and sheltered and rehomed and given forever homes, but we also see, like, the toll it takes on their finances,
their relationship,
and their home. They've basically given up their beautiful home.
We used to have a lot of people over and would have dinners. We ditched the dining room mostly when we ended up having crates all around it and you couldn't pull a chair back in there anyway.
Basically, like, we used to have parties, we used to have people over, we had a jacuzzi. Yeah, it's like now it's just, yeah.
We have this amazing fireplace, now it's for our, like, elderly chihuahua.
You have this one dog that is so fucked up that she won't.
And she's like mean and she only hangs out in the fireplace.
Every other dog knows not to go near the fireplace bed.
Except for when they rescued Moose.
Who are the other guys, huh? Oh, you're gonna meet Amelia first? Oh my gosh, that's risky.
Which is the most adorable mix of I don't know what, like
Basset, Pekingese, Cocker Spaniel, Golden Retriever, Setter, and a little Chow.
But they talk about how they've just kind of turned their house into a rescue because they want to be there to see how these dogs are with humans and around other dogs 24/7.
And we don't always know what we're getting into with that. And that's why living with them sometimes is so important, because we really find out what we need to know before they get adopted by someone.
It's their choice. They do have financial troubles. Like, they're trying to get loan throughout the whole thing.
It's very expensive. At one point he says it takes like $1 million a year to run the shelter.
Yeah, and they're not making income off of the shelter. They're making income off of training horses.
They're not like selling the dogs.
No. And they're taking whatever dogs people are like, hey, will you take these from a kill shelter?
This is just one normal email from one shelter. These are all, as you can see, it says final date, expired, critical. So these animals are about to be euthanized today.
There's a whole part where they go to kill shelters and just accumulate as many dogs as they can.
And they do talk about a really good point about how a lot of people are quick to blame these shelters that are kill shelters.
It's very easy to get on your podium and shake your hand and say, oh my God, this shelter is a kill shelter. They're killing all these animals. But it's not the shelter's fault, it's the community's fault.
The thing that Danny and Ron keep emphasizing is the real way to stop this from happening is to make sure that all the dogs are spayed and neutered. And there's like a whole part where he's like, I've talked to local politicians and they're like...
That there was no way that he was going to tell his hunting buddies that they had to cut the balls off their hunting dogs. I mean, those were his exact words to me. So where do you go when you have that type of mentality in our government?
And also they're like, if we had, unlimited funds, we would have a mobile truck with veterinarians who just go to different states and spay and neuter dogs. It's just such an admirable work and mission that these guys have. They have a bunch of disabled dogs.
They introduce us to one dog. I forget what his name is. Is it Mona?
It's Mona.
And Mona got hit by a car. And it looked like she maybe had cataracts too.
Yeah,
she
was
looked
blind,
pretty blind.
I think.
Her back right hind leg is all fucked up.
She kind of just drags it.
Yeah.
She's never in any pain, but she has quite a bit of hitch in her giddy up.
A little hitch in her giddy up. Oh my God, it's so cute.
We promise every dog, you will never end up in a shelter again.
It's a lot about their relationship and how they've discovered they both had this shared passion, but it is kind of sad that they talk about how, a lot of their passion for the dogs and everything, they don't have time to kind of be with each other, which hopefully, this was 7 years ago, maybe they found a little more time, maybe they found a little more support.
But they're still together, still alive, still both doing it, and one of them has like some medical problems.
The doctor said that we have 3 layers to our aorta, and his aorta is shredding. Each layer is going one by one, and 90 out of 100 people die within 4 hours, and there's nothing we can do to stop it.
They're saying he's like a walking miracle because he should have died years ago, but he's still around.
And one of them...
I'm allergic to dogs and horses, and they've both been 2 of my biggest passions in life, so...
But it's like he still does it. They take the dogs that are ready to be adopted and they bring them to the horse shows.
We adopt mainly to the horse show world. We're kind of a unique rescue where We're known in our sport for bringing dogs to horse shows all across the country.
They were talking about how like this one guy goes to a different horse show in like a different part of the country, and they're like, yeah, everyone here, they all have dogs from you guys.
And I actually had the exciting news once. A trainer who bred Whippets and Dachshunds came up to me, told me how much she disliked our rescue. She said that our rescue has put her out of business because everybody wants to get a rescue dog. I said, well, that's very good news for me because that means our mission is working.
We should put a link to Danny and Ron's rescue so, you know.
You can donate.
You can donate. You know, you should donate to us too, but donate to them.
Oh my God,
Because you know what? Adopt, don't shop.
My mom always said, don't buy a dog, let's save a dog.
Very heartwarming work and super important work, and work that not a lot of people are paying attention to or doing, but the fact that they're
all
still
that
doing
aside,
it is amazing.
this movie is, it's like 82 minutes, and it is packed front to back with good boys and girls.
Packed with pups, dude. So good.
There's even a few cats.
There's a few cute little cats.
One's
and
named Jelly
and
Bean.
there's some horses.
And there's horses, yeah.
And there's a couple who has gone through it all together, and
Yeah.
it's really it's just some positivity.
I thought this, despite the parts that were sad,
There's
the
a couple-
sad parts were necessary and
Yeah.
good as context,
Yeah.
and eye-opening to be sure.
And good to hit the point home for sure.
100%. And despite all that, I am giving this delightful and wonderful documentary 4 paws.
Me too. I also agree. 4 paws. Check out Life in the Doghouse and donate to Danny and Ron's rescue.
Absolutely. Good job, Danny and Ron.
Our next dog movie, you want to do a little spiel?
This looked pretty good.
Ew.
We haven't done like an actual like regular like grown-up movie in a while, you know? It's been like talking cartoon dogs or like old Disney movies and stuff. And so I thought this looked pretty good. This just came out pretty recently. This is from last year. It's called The Friend.
Yeah.
With Naomi Watts and Bill Murray. I'm going to read the back. In The Friend, adapted from the best-selling novel, allegedly, Iris, Naomi Watts, finds her comfortable New York life upended when her mentor and friend Walter, Bill Murray, leaves her his Great Dane Apollo. Despite a small apartment and threats of eviction, she bonds with the regal beast and begins to cope with her past in this story of healing, love, and friendship. It sounds delightful.
It sounds great, and I remember when this was coming out, all the trailers were very clear on the dog doesn't die. And it was like their marketing spiel was like, don't worry, the dog's fine in this one.
You know what? Good idea on their
like,
part.
Honestly, I'm more ready to watch this than I would have been otherwise.
I wouldn't. I mean, before we chose it, I looked it up on the internet on the website doesthedogdie.com.
Yeah.
And if the answer had been yes, this would have been a no-go.
I think. I mean, and sometimes it just happens, and that's fine. But that's like for instance, why we're not watching like Hachi or Marley and Me or whatever. You know?
Not interested.
But this, I just thought that was a really kind of clever marketing play on their end, and I'm looking forward to it.
Also, I love a Great Dane because they're so big.
They are big. 105.
Still alive.
Still alive and thriving.
I'm ready to talk that jive.
And he's ready to talk that jive. And etc. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you guys for watching us and emailing us at viva@scarecrow.com, renting from our store no matter where you are, checking out our website, scarecrowvideo.org, clicking all the links below and following us on all the things, subscribing, liking, commenting, etc. All the stuff, you know. We just appreciate you, and we love to hear from you, and we love watching movies, and we know you guys do too, and that's what brings us together.
Yeah, and we'll see you again real soon.
We will. Goodbye.
Bye.
Want you to speak truth to the people.
Danny's meticulous about picking up yards. He will pick yards 4 times a day. It sounds awful to say, but we call him our poop man.